Hi. Welcome, sugar tits. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind of Reese. I am doing an IG live podcast episode. Hello, everybody. I love you guys so much. And I'm doing it here on all podcast channels, Spotify, Apple, all the good things. So we are going to talk about 10xing your business through the SOMA, through the bodies. First and foremost, I just want to say that you are not here to make good money. You are here to make fuck you money. You are not here to make good money. You are here to make fuck you money. You didn't come here to follow the rules, blend in, or build a polite fucking business. You came here to blow the ceiling off. You came here to rewrite the whole damn fucking game and to be proof that your bigness, your brilliance, and your body were never too much. They were the key the whole time. You are here to get paid to exist. Hear that. Hear me. So if you want to play the bigger game, you don't want to just make good money. You want to make fuck you money. Be here. Stay here. We're going to start 10xing the business through the body. So let me be clear. First and foremost, this message, this transmission is not for the hobbyists. It's not for the people that are looking to go viral one time, one $10,000 month, or one lucky break. This is for the wild ones. This is for the misfits, the visionaries who know in their bones they were born to build a business that makes millions without losing their fucking mind. Your heart is so fucking big, it hurts. You feel the weight of your calling, the mission that's so loud in your bones, it keeps you up at night. You don't want little. You don't want a little more. You want the biggest of big. You want a business that lets you take a month off and still make $50,000 months. You want wealth that buys your parents a house, funds your dreams, your dream retreats, and sets your future kids up for life. Freedom that means spontaneous flights, weekday massages, and never asking for permission again. And a legacy that makes people say, she changed everything. And you know what that requires? That requires a lot of fucking courage. And you know this, but you know it's not just one time, one brave action, it's again and again and again. And you've done those scary things and you stretched beyond your comfort zone. But now you're here. You're not here to just 10% growth. You're here to 10x your fucking life, your income, your freedom, your expression, and your impact. And that kind of leap, it won't come from playing it safe. It won't come from the perfect planning. It will only come from a full body yes. And that's where Psycho 22 comes in. When I think about being a psychosomatics coach, I'm like, you got to be fucking psycho about your legacy. You got to be fucking psycho about your mission. You got to be psycho about your art. You got to be psycho about your impact, your devotion to mastery. You don't have time to play around, to fiddle around, to jerk off. You have time to do that if you want to. But you don't have time to jerk this shit around. You don't have time for a dress rehearsal. This is life and death for your purpose. So the real question is, how do you want to move while you're still fucking breathing on this earth? So when I think about going psycho for 22 days, this is going to be the challenge that changes your life. It's a revolution. It's a nervous system recoding, a wealth activation, and a full body business recalibration. It's 22 days of high voltage identity work strategy through the SOMA and rewriting the beliefs and patterns in your body that have been quietly capping your income ceiling. You want to 10x your business? You start fucking here. Because here's the truth. Most people think they need more clarity, more strategy, more productivity hacks, more followers. But you don't need more. You need depth. You need intimacy with self. You need to feel safe inside the bigness of the life you're calling in. This is what psychosomatics work does. It's not mindset work. It's not just push through or force through or dance it out. It's the blueprint for 10xing your business from the inside out because your body is the offer. So let's walk through this. Okay, because by the end of this, you're going to be like, holy shit, $22 for 22 days of psychosomatics work to 10x my motherfucking business. I'm fucking in. And if you're already in, you might as well be. But I'm going to give you the reasons why. So let's dive into the 5 pillars of 10xing your business through scaling at the seat of self using my methods of psychosomatics and how each one liberates a new level of money, power, and momentum in your business. So number 1 is self-awareness. You can't scale what you can't feel. You're stuck in patterns. You're doing all of the right things, but somehow you're not getting the traction. The moment you ghost your launch, the contraction you get when you post something big, that pitch in your stomach when you think about raising your prices, that's not a mindset problem. That's somatic data. Your body is already telling the truth, but most people bypass this. They override it. They white knuckle their way through strategy while their nervous system is screaming, and that's why it doesn't stick. Because it's not about the strategy. It's about who you are being when you work the strategy. And that shift, you got to start tracking this shit. You got to start noticing where the hesitation lives. Name the sensation. Ask what it's here to teach you. And when you stop trying to fix your body, stop trying to fix yourself and start listening to it, you become a fucking weapon of clarity and creativity and conviction. So when we go through self-awareness, all of a sudden we get to part 2, self-leadership. Lead yourself first or no one will fucking follow. No one's coming to save you. Not your coach, not your partner, not even the fucking algorithm. And if you're outsourcing your authority to what's working, to who's validating you, to the engagement, to the algorithm, when the clients show up, you're not leading. You're waiting. And waiting is fucking exhausting. Aren't you exhausted? Like, yes, you can't scale from a place of conditional safety. Because if you only feel powerful when money is flowing, that's not power, that's dependency. So PsychoSomatix teaches you how to stay rooted in your truth, even in the void, to lead from devotion and not desperation, to anchor into your worth before the results land. And guess what? That's when the results start to land faster, because leadership isn't about being loud. It's about being anchored, and energy doesn't fucking lie. You know it, you feel it, I feel it. You feel this transmission coming through. If you're still here and you're listening to this, you're like, damn, there's this anchored and activated energy within Reese that I just want a little taste of. You think that that's by accident. That's not. That's your nervous system having a conversation with my anchored and activated nervous system and regulating you in real time, expanding you up to the highest self that I see you in. That's what's happening. When I lead myself, the world fucking follows. The third thing is self-devotion. Your business becomes what you're devoted to. If your business feels inconsistent, it's not because you're undisciplined. It's because your devotion is miswired. See, most people are devoted to outcomes. How many people sign up? How many views? How many people, like you're feeling this. You're like, oh shit, she's calling me out. How many sales? That's a fast track to fucking burnout. But when you rewire your devotion to your expression, to your message, to your mission, to your truth, you become undeniable. Your audience feels the resonance. They don't need a sales pitch. They feel your frequency. That kind of embodied devotion, it creates momentum that can't be faked. And it's super fucking contagious. This is your most magnetic state. Is because you don't need anything or anyone to validate you, because you are self-validated. You're your own walking fucking permission slip, and you're like, yep, I am here to show people that they can be that for themselves as well. You're the person that's meant to show people that they don't need anything or anyone, but they choose to be in rooms that elevate them, that expand them, that take them to that next level. Number 4, we have self-responsibility. So your triggers are portals to your next income level. So if you are feeling activated, if you're triggered, good. That jealousy, that comparison, that what the fuck is wrong with me spiral, that's not weakness. That's pure raw material. That's gold. And your next financial breakthrough is inside of that. But only if you're willing to stop blaming the outside world, the blocks inside of you, the things you're thinking, the experience you're having, and start mining inside. This doesn't mean self-blame. It means self-inquiry. We ask the question, what part of me is so terrified of this expansion? The only reason why you think you have a block, because the block is the block. The thought of the block is the block. The thought that you even think that you have a block is the block. It's like, I think I'm blocked. I think I'm stuck. You're not stuck. That stuck energy is protection energy. It's the part of you that feels like, oh, there was an experience one time that happened that made us feel unsafe for doing something that felt similar to this. So I'm going to remind you how this feels, and I'm going to keep you stuck with all this I'm stuck questionnaires going on in your mind. When really, when we actually allow the body to process through, to understand and feel through the somatic imprint, we take responsibility that, oh, if I'm stuck, I'm the one keeping me stuck. And I'm actually going to take responsibility by feeling through it. What story is keeping you small, and who gave it to you? right? Because your triggers aren't blocks, they're breadcrumbs. And if you're brave enough to follow them, you become limitless. And the last thing you get to is self-actualization. See, business is just a spiritual experience on motherfucking crack. Business is a self-love journey. That's what business is. If you are a woman in business, if you are a creative, a misfit, a rebel that is, here to get on stages, be rich for your methods, be rich for your medicine, write books, you're here to be on covers of fucking magazines, you want to be well known for your art and you want to be highly paid and deeply sought after, yeah, you're going to realize right away that in order to 10x your motherfucking business, it's going to be a self-love journey. I've been in rooms with 8-figure, 9-figure, 10-figure earners where the things that they actually teach you, they teach the 1%, and you are the 1%, my friend. You are the 1%. The people that the 1% know that this is actually a self-mastery game. Business isn't about just the strategy or the marketing or the ways of the funnels and the content and all this stuff. That helps, but who you are while you're doing those things matters. It makes the biggest difference. It's the reason why one person can do the same exact strategy as another and have a completely different result and outcome and a completely different reaction to the outcome. So self-actualization, you're not here to figure it out. You're here to remember. Self-actualization isn't something you earn with enough content or coaching or cash. It's something you uncover. It's a reclamation. You are already her. The $1 million version of you, the one with full body peace and pay in full clients. She's not somewhere out there in the future. She is in you now. And what PsychoSomatix does is it gives you the embodiment tools to meet her, breathe her in, and become her today. Because when your nervous system feels safe with the identity of your next level, you'll naturally make the decision that match it. You'll naturally feel excited about the discomfort. You naturally normalize fear. You'll naturally normalize leaning into your edges because you know that you've got no fucking time to waste, that you are here on this planet for a very short amount of time, and that, hey, you've got a big mission. You've got a big heart. You've got to spread this medicine. You know you are here to raise the level of consciousness on this motherfucking planet. And the only way to do that is by going first, is by being brave enough to go through this journey. Because you know what? In order for you to move through all of this, it takes a deep fucking magnifying glass to do it. And only the brave are willing. You're going to naturally want self-mastery over the business, over the best relationship, over anything else, because you know what? Guess what? After you focus on the self-mastery, you get all of those things. So you don't hustle your way there. You collapse time by becoming a match. That's when your business starts to chase you. That's when it becomes really easy and really simple to just, whatever happens, happens. I know how to move through this. I know how to be through this. You're frustrated that you're not in a certain area of your life. You're frustrated that a launch didn't go as planned. You're frustrated that more people don't know this work. You think nobody wants it because it just didn't land the way you were hoping it did. And you allow all those sensations to come through and you just witness it. Sitting at the seat of self is sitting at the level of consciousness that watches and observes and witnesses the experience that you are having in the third dimensional time. We're talking about the thoughts that are going on in your mind, the emotions that your body conjures up, and the outside world as well. All of those things which you cannot control, but you can watch them, observe them, and not react to them. And when you are sitting at the seat of self, you can scale faster. The way I've 10x'd my business from rock bottoms, when I was canceled by an industry I loved so much for a horrible mistake I made because I didn't have enough self-love or self-validation to validate myself. By taking tattoos that weren't mine and posting them as my own and realizing, and then being heavily caught for it, called out for it, and completely run out of the industry, thought I could never show my face again, quit tattooing for an entire year, and realizing that, wow, I can never do that again, something I love so much. And then what happened? I lost everything. But as I started going through this journey, I was like, you know what? I can love myself through my shame. I can turn my shame into power. I can turn my insecurities into unapologetic self-expression. I can own my past. I can own the part of me that thought she needed to do those things in order to be loved. And I could love myself through it. And I can own every part of it. And as I started to do that, I started to take responsibility. I started to have self-devotion. I started to have self-awareness. I started to, have self-mastery. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh shit, it's all about going inward. And my business blew up. I've made over $5 million in the last 7-8 years of my business ever since I started implementing self-mastery PsychoSomatix into my life. So the biggest shift you can make in your business is to stop chasing it like it's something separate from you, because it's not, and start becoming the one it always was meant to be built around. So PsychoSomatix is not just another tool, it's your edge. It's the unfair advantage. It's how I've made millions without burning out, overgiving, or abandoning myself, even when people call me out, hate me, call me a scam, and all those things. Because when we get big visibility, we are going to get big polarity, and how we hold ourselves through that instead of collapsing inward, we shine even brighter. And this is the reason why I created Psycho 22. $22 for 22 days of PsychoSomatix. This is for the rebels, the artists, the mission-led mentors, the one building empires with heart and soul and strategy. And that starts in the SOMA. We're talking 22 days to rewire your body for overflow, to regulate while you rise, to build from your truth, not your trauma. Because the business you want, it doesn't live in someone else's fucking formula. It lives in your full expression. So let's fucking go, my friend. I want to see you in there. I'm so excited to have you guys here. This is the next era and built inside your body. This is the thing that most people try to talk about, but they never do. And they're always talking about how you can go viral, how to make the next best content, how to do this, how to do that. And it's really like, actually, how can I have better questions for self-inquiry so that I can complete the stress cycle of a traumatic experience that happened in my past that I no longer want to dictate my fucking future? That's the question. And how we do that is PsychoSomatix. You want to scale from the seat of self. You want to 10x your business. You want to make millions. You want to impact millions. You want to lead millions. You want to talk on stages. You want to be famous for your motherfucking work. You want it all, girl. You want it all. You're a creative healer. You're a multi-passionate, multi-dimensional, neurodivergent human being that just wants to put the medicine out there and impact so many lives and touch the hearts of millions of people. This is how you're going to do it. I cannot wait to see you in there. You were made for this, baby. I'll talk to you guys later. Ow! Bye!